Welcome you legends back to Valguero, and if you haven't watched the first 100 days, go watch that video first before you start this one, as I'm going to get straight into the action. But if you have, let's continue our journey and make sure to like the video. Now, we are heading on our way to the Emerald Forest, aka the aberration area of Valguero. But I decided to go through the waterfall entrance, which is actually a pain in the ass to go through. But oh well, we got down here, and now we're here exploring with the ninja squad, on the hunt for some Ravagers and a glow pet. Well, a glow tail, exactly. That's the one I want because all the other glow pets aren't as good. They're great, just not as good. And then I spotted this 150 aberrant anglerfish and I just had to tame it. It was called Lightbulb. Come in handy for getting some silica pearls when I bothered to get some. We kept exploring this amazing landscape until we ran into a 150 aberrant spiner, which could be a good tame, but I ain't going to try and tame that right now. Then I got unlucky with this purple drop that only had a grenade. Dookie. Then I spotted my first glow pet, being a bulldog, but not the one I really wanted. As you all know, I want a glowtail, but I actually had no clue where we could find them down here. Then I spotted my first Ravager, which happened to be a level 140, which is a perfect start. So I knocked him out swiftly before I got attacked by his pack, which remerged quickly. Then I spotted something I thought that wouldn't be down here, which was a Rex, of course, which is odd because Aberration doesn't have Rexes, but in here it has Rexes. Oh well. Then the Ravager fully tamed up and I called him Dave before we started our journey out of the cave, which I ran into a level 145 Alpha Rex down here. Like what? I don't have the methods to deal with you right now. I only have like one Deinonychus. Come on. I'm turning right around. On day 103, I was magically teleported across the Emerald Forest, which this confused me very much. And I lost all types of bearings I had so far in this area, which I had none, to be honest. So we headed on our way, trying to find our way out here before getting in an epic battle with Rex, who was blocking my way. Get out of here, brother. I walked into this area that looked like the portal room from Aberration, and then found our way back to where we came in. So I had to take the most annoying climb out of this cave instead of going out the easier way, but we got out. Finally, oh my god. That was pain. And then I hopped straight on the way back home, where I spotted a level 95 Tapiara, which we netted and knocked out as we needed a male to get some breeding done. But then I was attacked by a Microraptor, which hit him. And this stuffed his taming effectiveness a bit, but oh well, I tamed him anyway and called him Wishful. And then got him breeding with Aurora, my original Tappy. And on the following day, we got our first baby Tapiara, with the best stats from his parents, and I called her Skylar and got a full imprint on her. Then, as soon as she was fully grown up, I gave her the infamous Baby Blender, which gained her a solid 44 levels, and once I get myself a tech replicator, I'm gonna have to make myself a tech saddle for her. Now, it's time to get gathering resources so we can start on Castle de Veno. With all that resource grinding out of the way, it's time to start working on the castle walls, starting with these gate placements and the 2 gate towers. The work on the walls continued into the following day, and this build is going to be one of my biggest I've ever done to date in Ark. But I finally ran out of resources we collected on day 105, so I guess it's time to do something else because I didn't feel like resource grinding yet. So I made some auto turrets, as we're going to go get some wyvern eggs. So on day 108 we made it to the trench, and I needed to set up a turret tower to help with getting rid of these ice wyverns while I steal their babies. But first, we had to take down these 2 lurking around. With the help of the ninja squad, we did it with ease. But then Sasuke bolted off the cliff down into the lava and he passed away. My poor boy. You've been the leader of the ninja pack for so long. And to see you die so stupidly is a bit disappointing. But your bravery will not be forgotten. After that, we got the turret tower set up and running. And now it's time to check some eggs. And well, the first one was level 60. And then the next one was level 20. So that's kind of both trash. So to get the attention of the wyverns and lead them to their death, I snatched that level 60 egg and watched as my turrets murked these wyverns down like little vermin. Then I went to check for more eggs, where I noticed this level 90 egg. But this mantis was defending it with its dead life and I nearly shat myself. I'm not gonna lie, it's guy scared the shit out of me. And then I decided to head on my way home with 3 eggs in my possession. Once we made it back home, I made a greystone for Sasuke, and then got that level 90 egg incubating, as I'm going to use my own Wyvern to steal even better eggs. That's just the best way to do it. And once he hatched, he looked really awesome. I called him Frostbite, and I will get a full imprint on him. Well, in between imprints, I decided to work on the castle walls a bit more. And this continued into day 110, as this is when we got the layout of the walls down and had fully imprinted and grown our Wyvern, which I held with Babe, resident nurse. Then gave him a baby blender to get 56 levels, which we distributed across Frostbite stats and healed him up again with Babe. And now it's time to take flight with Frostbite, and man does it feel good to be the king of the skies now. And I found myself a herd of Ovest, and Frostbite got a juicy feed of lamb steak. Then I got a nice Deinonychus Settle blueprint from this yellow drop before I took down this Valguero with ease. So now it's time to head back to the Wyvern Trench again to check for some more eggs. And at the start it was looking bleak with all these meh eggs before we hit a banger level 160 egg, which we snatched up quickly and headed straight back to base. And once we got home, I got that egg incubating straight away. And once it hatched, it had some awesome colors, and I'm wondering, oh my, what the hell are these colors? This thing looks sick. What event colors are these? Because when I was playing this, there was no event on at this point in time. So that got me very confused. I called him Atomic, and we went back to work on the castle walls between imprints like I did with Frostbite. And once I ran out of resources on day 113, Atomic was fully grown up and ready for the baby blender, gaining him a solid 56 levels. And then he got the healing treatment from Babe. And now it's time to explore the map from the skies on Atomic, and also explore the parts of the map I haven't gone to yet, which was mainly the Redwoods. I did spot this awesome bridge inside the Redwoods though. It looks kinda awesome, could be a cool spot to build in the future. And then I forgot. Thylers do not discriminate what flyer you're on, and I got jumped by these scary murder kitties. By 2 of them actually, one was a good level. And also Kano just jumped into the fray as well. I had to deal with them by myself because Atomic was up in the air, just chilling like nothing was happening. He was literally watching me as I nearly died. But we survived. That was close. Way too close. Oh my booty cheeks. Oh my booty. We made it back home and drank up some med brews after that close call. And now it's time for a big resource grind, starting with stone, then wood and thatch, and also fiber. And then after that grind, it was time to get back to work on the castle wall towers. And this went on for multiple days. Like, I'm still building on day 119. And after all that building, on day 120 it was time to head back to the Emerald Forest as I really wanted a glowtail. But once we reached the entrance, there was a 150 aloe there, collected some fungal wood as I needed for a Ravager's saddle. And since I was down here looking for a glowtail, any bulldogs I spotted were on sight for a merkin. Then I spotted some featherlights, which I didn't actually think spawned down here. Which is cool, but not what I'm looking for. Our hunt is still on for the glowtail on day 121. And I still hadn't figured out that glowtails only spawn in the radiated zone down here. So we spent a long time exploring before I ran into a Carcanos and it ripped me off Naruto. And it started to smash me into the ground and I had to take a tactical pause. As though this was looking like the end to me. But then I remembered, I can net these big old crabs, so I netted him. And sheesh, that was a close call. And we've had more close calls in this video than I did in the first 100 days. Like how? Oh. And there's enough Rex right there watching as I just nearly died to a crab. And since this crab destroyed all some of my armor, I had to replace those bits with some hide bits, which is not good. Not good at all. After exploring the whole area, I decided to head back to the surface and made sure to have some fungal wood on me. Put some asterisks on here. And then we got to Atomic at the top, and then aloes attacked as I couldn't get on Atomic and had to fight them off. And for some reason, there's a massive area outside this cave where you cannot get on a flyer. Like, you have to go a good considerable distance away to be able to hop on your flyer, which I did. But lesson learned, okay? Do not land your flyer right next to the cave. Go a few 20 meters that way, you know what I mean? And then I got home and I raised up some new Deinonychus for the ninja pack, being Minato and Krishna. And you know that fungal wood that I harvested? Yeah, I forgot to bring it back home. So back to work on the castle walls we do. And then we started placing down the foundations of the future castle de Veno, till I ran out of foundations to continue doing work on the build. And after a lot of building, it was time to check on our crops, which were dying since I wasn't taking care of them. Oops. Well, time to make a toilet to poop in for their sweet fertilization. And well, this ended up with me getting stuck in the floor, as you can see. And I had to log out of the world and back in to make sure I could get out of the situation, and I parachuted to the ground. So after a quick fix, I was able to poop to my heart's content and furred up these crops. Now that we are a quarter way through towards day 200, it's time for a war meeting. Well, hello there, Josie. Been a bit of a while since we last talked, didn't it? Been wondering when I'd come here. Yeah, well, been a bit busy working on the bit of the fort, the castle, the extension to the complex that is our base, which we do need to get done before these next, before the 200th day of our journey. But we also got to take down the hardcore, what am I on? We also got to take down the alpha bosses, which is gonna be insane, but I think we got it already. We just need a couple of artifacts, a couple of dino stuff. You want me to get glow tail? Yes, we've got to get Alpha a glow pet. Got to get some Ravagers going for fun. Get that based up. Maybe a bit of an outpost down at the aberration zone, well, in the Emerald Forest. I can see that. I should probably work on that. This little outpost, take out an area, build a little base down there would be pretty good. I think right now the Deinonychus just need to breed a bit more. Yeah, I agree with you on that one. They just need a little bit more cooking in the oven before the alpha bosses are taken down. We do need to get some black pearl so I can make that tip replicator. It'll be nice to start using some tech stuff. And not die, as we've had some close encounters. You haven't known, but I nearly got wiped by a Thyla. And a Carcanos. I mean, it was stressful. But I think it's time we head back into the aberration zone, get another Ravager to start breeding, so we can get a good Ravager pack for down there. And yeah, I will see you in a couple, maybe later down the journey, Josie. Now down to the Emerald Forest once more, and I think up there is going to be a perfect spot to start the Emerald Outpost. So building the outpost started. And then on the following day, we ran out of resources up on this plateau area, so we had to head down to collect some more. Before we did even more work on the outpost, after a bit of collecting, I kind of decided to explore the Emerald Forest once again. And this is where I found the radiated zone, with a yellow drop close by, and I thought, maybe risking it I could go ahead and touch that yellow drop and get its loot. But as I entered the radiation, I said not to that, because there's no way I'm making it there without dying, and I'm not risking my life for a yellow drop. Then we ended up in this foggy zone area. Like, I can't see anything in the zone. Like, what is this? This area is just fogged up, and it's not fun to be in. So then I headed to the highest spots of the Emerald Forest, looking around for what I could find, and well, I found that Alpha Rex and a level 135 crab, which I think it's time to head out of the Emerald Forest. I've had enough of getting close to death down here. And so I quickly returned back to base before heading back to the Wyvern Trench for some more egg snatching. And once I was in the trench checking eggs, and it led me to obtaining a sweet gem of a level 175 Ice Wyvern egg, which we had to quickly snag. And then I decided it was about time that we head into the Fire Wyvern Cavern to see if we can get an egg. And I had to have this fight with this level 175 Fire Wyvern, which had my hopes up that she would have left me a nice juicy 175 egg. And to my surprise, the first egg we checked was exactly that. So I snagged that and left the cavern as quickly as I came in, and headed home with these 2 gems to get them incubating. And when they hatched, I got a female ice wyvern, which means I can breed some ice wyverns once she is fully grown, and the fire wyvern, there's a male I called him Ash, and the female was called Snow. So on the next day, I just spent collecting resources in between the imprints on Ash. And well, the wyverns were finally grown up, and I got Snow and Atomic doing the nasty, and gave Ash a baby blender to get them sweet levels. Then we headed out and took down this Alphacano before arriving at the Hidden Temple, which houses 2 artifacts, but I only actually need one of them to take down the Alpha bosses. And I wouldn't be lying if it took me like 10 minutes to find the button to get in here because it was hiding behind Ash's wing. Yeah, I felt stupid. And then we entered the cave and I landed straight into this pool of water, full of eels shocking me. But I got out, so we were kind of safe. Then my PC blue screen like midday 1:31. Well, literally about 2 minutes after me grabbing the artifact, so it sent me all the way back in front of the cave entrance, and as you can see, it made me respawn. Or maybe make a new character, even though my character's right there. Right? Stinking there. So I just boosted my character's levels to exactly the same as what my other character had and took all my stuff and forced myself back in the tribe. Because I don't consider that a death, that's kind of stupid. Stupid PC. So I headed back into the cave and the artifact was not there, so I waited and it didn't show up, so I decided to climb my way back out the cave, and yes, there's another way out of the cave, but it means you gotta go through the area with death gas. And I ain't gonna risk that with the Deinonychus, because the Deinonychus might just clip to a wall and go like, I can't climb this, and just drop me straight into the gas and die. Like, no. No, 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 no. So yeah, after this massive climbing, I got out of the cave and headed back home. Then, I got a female ice wyvern with the best stats from both its parents, before doing a lot more resource grinding. And at the end of the day, I got a male with the best stats, which means we have a breeding pair to start mutating. Then I did even more work on them castle walls before I finish up the foundation of the actual castle. It's okay, we're there. Look, the castle's gonna be right there. You can just imagine it just be poof. Day 134 was a resource day, which we can just skip for the entertainment because I don't think you want to watch me whack a tree. And then I finally added the last of the extra large walls to the castle walls. There's still gaps here, but they need different pieces to finish, and I'll get to them later. I finally decided to go collect some fungal wood and actually bring it home this time, and I also spotted my first Giga, which I will need to take down for his heart. I need to rip that shit straight out of his chest. Once I was back at base, I made a saddle for Dave, our Ravager, and then some zipline anchors before heading back into the Emerald Forest once again. And I set up one of them zip lines to get up to the outpost to give Dave access to get up and down easily, as I kind of want to be using Ravagers down here. They're a little bit easier to use and just use zip lines to get between places, you know? Now it's time to look for some blue gems, as I'm going to need them for making a hazmat suit, which I need to get into the radiation zone to get a glow tower and also get the artifact that's down there for the alpha boss. Yep. And while I was looking for some blue gems, I ended up finding Valguero, who I lost down here a couple days ago. So that was a nice find, got it back. Then I collected some purple drops down here, but nothing really good. And finally, on day 138, I have found some blue gems. And half as many as I could. And then I got them to the outpost. But then I noticed I also need condensed gas, which means I need a collector, which needs red gems. And the only way to harvest red gems is from the radiated zone. So I thought I could risk it and get a few without dying. And I couldn't even get halfway to where the gems were before my health started to drop quickly. And that was not a risk worth taking no more. So I'm gonna have to get them another way. You're wondering, how can you get them another way? Well, thanks to me using superstructures, which is a mod that just kind of makes building a bit easier. The superstructures grinder, which you can make red gems in, but it is hella expensive to make. Like, it's easier than trying to die in the radiation, because I'm gonna die in the radiation to get those red gems. That's just a fact. And this requires a lot of dyes, which means berries. And I mean lots of berries. And the next day, we were still making them dyes. And like, I wasn't lying when there was a lot to make. This Took a few days. And finally on day 140, I was able to make them rare gems that I needed for Gas Collector. Just enough to make it. And I made the Super Structures Tech variant one because I could make it, and I said why not. And then we headed back into the Emerald Forest where I put down my Gas Collector. Then I went and tamed a Bulldog, which I called Boris. Boris the Bulldog. And this is when the Easter event actually started, so I collected a bunch of eggs from these bunny dodos and to see if I get any cool chibis, which we got like a mantis, a shine hood, something because I can't read my own handwriting, and an hello. I ended up using the mantis, which I called Fu. And on the following day, I headed out on the hunt for another Ravager, and well, I accidentally killed a level 130 that jumped me, which I had no clue what level it was until it was dead. So that's great. Then I found the 145 male, which I don't need. But after that, I went back to the outpost and made myself my hazard suit before spending the rest of the day, with no luck, trying to find a high-level female Ravager. I really want one. Bless me, please. On the following day, I had a fight with an Alpha Carno, spotted a high-level male Ravager, and then used my last zipline anchor while exploring, trying to find myself a Ravager. So, on day 143, I decided it was time to enter the radiation zone, which I fixed all my tames while I'm down here. I collected this red drop before spotting a glowtail, which I didn't care about its level. I tamed the girl straight away and called it Aurora, after my partner and I's leopard gecko, called Aurora. You see, it's a gecko, glowing gecko, and leopard, it's the same thing, you know? Then I climbed down to where the artifact was, and got given a massive fright by the snake just sitting on top of it, which I had to murk. I then collected the artifact and got the frick out of the radiation zone. On the following day, we returned back to base to find another mutation on my Wyvern line, before having an epic battle with this Alpha Rex. So I needed way more resources so I could finish off the castle build, which near the end of day 145 after resource grinding, I started work on the castle once again, and this took multiple days, so enjoy this little timelapse of me building while you like the video. And when I meant by a couple days, as by now it's day 152, and I finally ran out of stone while working on this. The reason this took its time is due to me designing it as I go, and changing plans and whatnot. But it's looking quite nice, it's nearly there. Nearly there. After all that building, I didn't want to go do some more resource grinding straight off the bat. So, I went on a dino drop hunt, as I'm gonna need them to take on the Alpha Forsaken Oasis bosses. Which started with me taking down some Rexes, then some Argies, before getting distracted by these Alpha Raptors, which got my chibi Mantis Fu up a level, which means I can go up a level as well. Then I took down some Allos as well. Then I went for a stomp in the swamp to take down some Sarcos and Titanoboas on Omno the Rex. And now, after doing that, all I needed was the 2 Gigahearts. Yes, 2 Gigahearts are needed to take on the Alpha bosses. So, I headed over and started an epic fight with the Giga I spotted earlier. And this fight went on into day 155, where I got Omno into the fight and we were able to defeat it. And that's 1 heart down, 1 more to rip out. So after a stop at base for a heal from the resident nurse babe, it was time to go find a second Giga for that last heart. Well, let's just say, there were no Gigas in the 3 spots that can be found on this map. There was not a single one. Nada. And this was a little bit concerning because normally there's at least 1 Giga on the map at a time, and when you kill the other one it should spawn in. Just comes an issue. So more work on the castle continued on day 156, and we're getting very close to having the exterior completed. And on day 157, the exterior of the castle was finished, but I couldn't start on the interior yet because I needed a tech replicator, which means I still have to take down the bosses because of the whole issue on day 131. Yay. So back to the Lost Temple Cave. Bit of a nod to day 31. And this time we got the artifact, being the last one we needed for this boss fight. And then I climbed my ass out of the cave the same way I did last time. And now all we need is that last Gigaheart. So back on the hunt we go, where we also got this Ascended Deinonychus Saddle Blueprint, which is an upgrade for me, which is going to come in handy for this boss fight. But still, there was no sign of any Gigas around. So now it's time for an Alpha hunt. And well, after taking down this Alpha Rex, I had no luck finding any other Alphas. My luck. My stinking luck. So, on day 159, I decided to make this Ascendant Megalodon saddle, as I wanted access to the sea, and once I have defeated the boss, I'm gonna have to head down to the underground ocean, get myself some black pearls. I did spot this level 130 meg, but there was an alpha meg lurking close by, and I wasn't gonna risk it just for that 1 meg. So the hunt continues. Then I spotted a level 140 female, which I tried to trank, but it just swam off like I wasn't even there. Like, there's a juicy human being here, you can come have a bite of my booty. It's right here? No? Okay. Then I spotted a max level Dolphin, and I tried to tame her, but she swam off into the deep parts of the sea and I was not about to go in there. So I went back to base to get my harpoon and some net projectiles to make taming a meg easier. Now after collecting the gear, I was actually able to tame the max level Dolphin, and I called her Peach based on the color, because she's kind of peachy color. Made her a saddle, and I was able to dive into the sea now, where I also tamed myself a level 135 male, which we called Mario. And now I have a breeding pair to breed for an imprinted one. But I still wanted a meg, so I found this level 140, which I knocked out, and while waiting for him to tame, I spotted a 150 down the line. Just down the beach, which stung me a little, as if it was a female I would have tamed that one and had a breeding pair, but it was a male, and I just knocked out a 140, I cannot be bothered taming a 150. My meg finally tamed and I called him Bruce. Then it was time to grind some resources as I need to finish these castle walls and towers. And on day 162, we got to work on the castle walls, which took me a few days to complete. Which, by day 165, we had the towers of the wall done and had a war council meeting. Alrighty. War council meeting, alpha boss time. Well, not alpha boss time, sorry. War council meeting number 1. Oh, council here, we've got Josie, the original war counselor. Also got Aurora. I got Fizzle around my neck. You 3, my guy. Yeah. You 3, my guidance within this war. against the alpha bosses, which we should complete on day 200 of our venture. Yes, we still need that Giga Heart, Josie, I know. Yes, the castle walls still need a bit more work. I know. This was like, yes, the fish taming area, with the megalodons and our ichthyosaur dolphin things will be breeding out for our adventure down at the oasis underneath. The hidden underwater area. Deep ocean of Valguero that's hidden very, very secretively. You will enter there sometime for some black pearls, once I get my ability to make tech again, because Ark is a funny game. Now, I think it's time we go hunt down another Giga. That's the goal for now. And then once we have that, we'll hopefully get some more mutations on the Deinonychus, use our new Ascended saddle PP for them. We should be able to clean slate with the alpha bosses. Which means we'll get an update to the trophies up in this war room. Or future war room in Castle de Veno. Other than that, we'll be back here in a few more days to talk about a few extra things, like the taming every creature. Yes, we shall be doing that over the 1,000 days. You tame everything. The addition of an extension mod that will add all other DLC creatures to this map. That will be added after day 200. So we're gonna have some more dangers to deal with. Maybe some Reapers, Rock Drakes, that kind of stuff. Yes, Aurora, I know. That's from where you're from. You'll be helping out a lot down there. Other than that, I think we're progressing quite nicely. We have the stars to an outpost down in the Aberration Emerald Forest. It'll be an interesting time. Other than that, see you guys in the next meeting. So, as agreed in the meeting, it was time for another Giga hunt. I wasn't going to give up on this hunt until I had a new heart. But, as last time, there was no Gigas to be found. So I went on a little side quest instead, and that was to get Diff a mate. He deserves an epic woman. And I found a pack of Dilos, but the female were too low of a level for Diff. But after some more hunting, I found the level 140, which we tamed, and I called her E-Rent. As in, different? No? Diff E-Rent? Yeah? Okay. And so on the following day, I left Different and E-Rent out to wander the castle grounds as the guards of the castle. Then, I got to crafting up the new Ascendant saddles for my boss army, but I didn't have enough materials to make all 18 I needed. So, time to go on a milking spree for some hide. And the spree went into day 167, where I also collected a bunch of fiber, as after all that, I was able to make the last 8 we needed. That's 18 Ascendant saddles ready to go. Then I started to add some railings and pillars to the castle walls for some extra details. But I ran into an issue with the snap points once we reached the point where I transferred from using foundations to actually using extra walls to stop me from lagging. So now I'm gonna have to figure out how to do that differently later. So that's cool. That's cool. We love you, Ark. So instead I went down to the ocean and placed a metal ocean platform right off this broken dock, which will become a breeding ground for sea tames in the future. Then, I got this nice flak legging blueprint from this drop, and then noticed my crops were once again out of third, and I couldn't just spend the whole day pooping in the toilet, like some of you would. I needed some beetles. So off to the trench I go, as that's the only place they spawn, and I managed to tame myself 2 beetles, which will do for now. And on the following day, I got my beetles all set up and made sure they were filled with poop. Then, I wanted to go tame something I've never tamed before, that being a Titanoboa, which you need to drop like fertilized eggs by their face and they eat it. But I couldn't see any good levels by the swarm. So I headed over to the trench and found the level 140 right on top of this wyvern egg. Which is kind of ironic, as next to a fertilized egg wants fertilized eggs. So I dragged that snake all the way back to base to try and tame it in a safe location. And at first I tried it in the castle, but that didn't work. So I chucked it near the beach, near the first campsite, where the snake just went up the dodos and not the egg. But it finally ate an egg. But I lost all that taming effectiveness because I got in a fight. So that's nice. But on day 171, I finally got it to tame. After having to leave render distance because it got glitched on the last egg I needed it to eat. So I called him Nick. Don't have any running news for him. He's just there, looking cool. So a new tame is just a new tame. Day 172 was just one of them days hunting for a giga, not finding a giga. Oh, and also for anyone wondering, has been asking for the chords for my base location. They are 55.6 latitude and 68.8 longitude. I'm hoping I'm getting that right. I'll show it on the screen as well for the GPS as well, so if I'm getting it wrong, you know. So with there being no luck finding a giga, I decided to go hunt for an Equus to tame. And well, I found this yellow 130, which I dragged back to base and tamed it, which was pretty easy. I called it Fungus. Yeah, Fungus. Then went out and spotted a 135 female, which we tamed back at base, and I called her Stripes. I'm very original with these names, and I got them mating as every kingdom needs their trusty steeds. Then at the end of the day, I finally found the giga in the snow, and the ninja pack showed him who was boss. We got our second heart. So I want to get a herd of Ovis. And well, to tame them, you need to make sweet veggie cakes, which means I need honey. And what's the best way to get honey in Ark? Dire bears. Well, on this map, we have access to dire polar bears, so I'm gonna go tame one. Which I spotted this 145, and then I netted, and I put to sleep. And he finally tamed him the next day, and I caught him Lorik. Made him a saddle, and got to getting sap, which I also need for the sweet veggie cakes first, from these stumps, and then some honey, before making 7 sweet veggie cakes, which should be enough to get myself a nice herd for the kingdom. Then, I had a war council meeting. War council meeting number 2, hello guys, how's it going Aurora? You're doing good, that's good, how's it going Josie? Good, and Fizzle, you're doing good as well. Now, E3, we are now all ready with our dino drops and artifacts to take in. And can you shut up? We're trying to have a good conversation here, and our warming don't need you to be screaming your lungs out. Bam. But yes, we now have everything we need. Other than the army, as we can't use the ones that we used for the beta, as they will get their ass handed to them. We've got a couple more mutations since then. Not as many as I would like. Yeah, they're being very hopeless with the mutations. They've been mutating well. Kinda sucks. Maybe having something else to take on the boss would have been good. But oh well. With the Deinonychus, we've got ascended saddles now, so we're all good there. I'm probably just gonna wait till I get a bunch of ones at the level I have now to breed up, raise up, and we're ready to go there. Ah yes, the sheep, the livestock, yes, we will be taming ourselves some Ovis. We can start feeding the land of the Veno nation. You know, how fun everything we want to build after we've taken over this land completely and dethroned the alpha bosses. Well, other than that, actually, we have nothing else, so I don't even know if we're going to be back here. And after that, I hunted all over the White Cliffs to not find a single Ovis. Not one. Not one woolly sheep was found today. Well, on the next day I found myself a max level male, so I stuffed some veggie cake up his butt, and we became best of buddies. His name is Sean. Then I spotted his girlfriend close by and stuffed her butt too. That sounds a bit wrong, but that's how you feed things in Ark, so she was good, but I found even more sheep and I tamed 3 more females to be Sean's friends. With benefits, oh wait. Then I made them a pen within the castle grounds, and I got all the Ovis in there. And Sean already got to the shacking the sheep part, like a true Kiwi. Now it's time to start raising our boss army, and I started with 6 of the 18 I needed today. And once they were all fully grown up, I gave them names for the top 6 comments from my last 100 days, which was hunting down Axeman. If you want a creature to be named after you in a future video, comment down below which one. And on day 178, we got the second batch of 6 boss running Deinonychus raised up, which we named after the top 6 comments on my 100 days Poke-Arc video. And the final set of 6 were raised up on day 179 and were named after the top 6 comments from the first 100 days of Valguero. It's time for another War Council meeting. Hello ladies and welcome back to another War Council meeting. Yes, Josie, we've now got the army bred up, raised up, all imprinted with their saddles ready to go. That's right, Rosie, they're not leveled up yet. They will be soon. No, I'm not doing a baby blender straight away, Roy. What I'm planning to do is we're gonna take down some alphas, put them in their little balls so they get some kind of like that shared XP moment, you know what I mean? So they don't have to do a lot of baby blendering. I want them to get a bunch of XP from me killing alphas, and the reason I want to kill alphas is because I want to level up a bit more, and I need food to get up a couple more levels so I can get them bonus levels. So we're gonna go alpha hunt. And then I'll do the baby blenders to make sure they're all leveled up, ready to go to shred down these alpha bosses like nobody's business. Are we gonna do it on day 199 or 190? I don't know. Might do it a bit earlier. Then we might go down into the depths of the ocean to get some black pearls. That tech replicator placed in Castle de Veno. Yes. Oh, and yes, the sheep, I do need to keep an eye on them because they seem to want to escape. Other than that, that is the end of the meeting. See you guys soon. And after that, it was alpha hunting. And this didn't go as well as I wanted, as the first alpha I spotted was an alpha meg, and I can't do anything about that right now. But then I finally found an alpha Kano, and I marked him very easily. I really want those alpha levels. I want to get the extra 5 levels, which is the max level I can get, is 110 with the chibi levels. Since I was having no luck with the alphas, I started the baby blender treatment for the boss dinos. And this went on into day 182 until I ran out of babies to feed my minions. So while I'm waiting for more babies to be created, I can't get over this line, guys, sorry. I headed out to the snow in the hunt to find Sir Screamo, his wife. And we found a level 150 female, which is a perfect mate for Sir Screamo. And I knocked her out, but I accidentally hit her on her way out, so that ruined the taming effectiveness, but I couldn't be bothered waiting for her to get back up to knock her back out again. I seem to have a problem with this stuff, don't I? Finally tamed on the following day, and she was called Miss Screamo. And then we went back to base, and Sir Screamo was more than happy to get down and dirty with Miss Screamo, so we can get ourselves a nice new Yuti egg. And on day 184, the first set of baby blenders was completed, before the boss dinos getting some nice healing from Nurse Babe. And then I started raising Screamo Jr. 185 days in, and I finally made some kibble. Like, yes, like, how have I played for 185 arc days and not made any kibble yet? And this, like, it comes in handy with taming and everything, and I haven't bothered to make any until now. Now, finally, on day 186, Screamo Jr. became an adult and was given a baby blender treatment for the ages. And while healing up Screamo Jr. with Nurse Babe, she ran out of food, and I couldn't heal anymore for a while. And this didn't even get Screamo Jr. fully healed up, he has that much health. So now it's time to go on a hunt for a female Meg to breed with old Brucey. But I end up nearly getting Bruce exterminated when fighting this alpha Meg and his butt buddies. So I had to go get Nurse Babe, drain her food again, and heal him up a bit. And on the next day I finally found a level 130 female. And then a 140 came out of nowhere, so after netting both, I ate the 130 and knocked out the 140. And once she was tamed, she was attacked and Bruce went ballistic and went after every shark he could and got himself into a fight with an alpha Meg and some butt buddies, and my new Meg went to help him and, well, yeah, she died. And Brucey nearly died too. And I probably could have lost my life down here too. Stupid Brucey. Why did that happen? Brucey, you dumbass idiot, man. You nearly died. We just lost a female. Because she wanted to be Mr. Macho Man. You bloody Dumbo. I spent all that time trying to get a female and you do that. What? So I ended up swimming back to the platform where Atomic is. And I nearly drowned on my way there. Like an idiot. But we made it back to base where I placed down a gravestone for our fallen Meg, which was actually going to get called Meg, so that was perfect. Then it was time for round 2 of the baby blenders. And this went on into day 190. And so round 2 of the baby blender was completed on day 191. And then they all got a good heal from Nurse Babe. And so I went to check if that loot cave wanted to spawn some drops for me. And I was disappointed to see not a single one. So we then had another World Council meeting. Hello World Council, how are you all doing today? Well, the army is looking pretty nice and snazzy. think I'm ready to take on the boss a little bit early, and then we'll start working on the fisherman's hut in the new village down there, and head down into the depths for some silica pearls. I want a tech replicator. Ah, shut up. Because we need to start building for the future. So we're gonna take over this land. Okay, you're very annoying there. Think I should go for it? Just go straight to the boss right now, Josie? Alright. What about you, Aurora? Alright. Fizzle? What do you think, Fizzle? Alright. Alrighty. Going for it. It's time. But now, on day 192, it was time to take down the alpha bosses. And the dragon was our first target. Alrighty, come on now. Mr. Piggy, no! Oh, yeah, the Dodicus over there trying to take on the dragon by himself. Okay, sir. Come on, Mr. Piggy. Get him! Come on! Come on, my minions! Try to pass it. Oh god, the fire! Oh god, sorry. Needs to die. Come on. Come on, that should be the dragon. Let's go! Drag it down. That wasn't too bad. We didn't lose anyone. He died. He landed on a couple of my tames, which kept him stuck here for a bit. But now, as you can see, the manticore does not want to come down from up there. He is stuck up there. He's not moving. I shoot him. Not move. Doesn't bother. So I went and dealt with the Mega Perfectus instead. Oh my god. Jesus. Run away from the big monkey. Oh god, that's chasing me. He's chasing me. Watch out, oh god. In fact, I have to take on the monkey now. I don't even have half the army with me. I think I found the good spot. Shredding into him. Oh no. Dodge, run, dodge it, weave. Go, my minions! Shred him. I don't know why the manticore doesn't want anything to do with us. And that's the manticore now. The mega big monkey dead. Well, I figured out why the manticore is stuck. Look, one of my Deinonychus is stuck on him. And so I had to whistle to get him to attack. So kind of reactivated the manticore and we got back to fighting. Woo! That worked. Okay, I figured it out. Okay, that worked. Oh, I figured out what was doing it. Come on, you silly Billy. Get down. Get him, my pretties. Oh, that's one down. Sorry, taste this. I'll miss you. Pounce on him. Take him down. No, fudge bucket. Yeah, that's it. He's so dead. Let's go. Oh my god. That was pain. But we did it. It took us a whole day to bet that. With us winning, but also losing a few dinos in the fight, we had to make them some graves. May all your souls be remembered. Your valiant effort will not be forgotten. Your lives did not go to waste. We had to make their graves and have our salutes to them. We'll miss you. Them poor souls. Then it was time to take Manny, Sandshrew, and Sally to the new fishing hut location and got to work as I wanted this build done. And with this, we have finished the fishing hut, which will be the start to a new township on these small islands, but I need to get some black pearls. And this is close to the underground ocean entrance, so it's time to get Peach and Mario to breed, because they didn't get a female Meg thanks to Brucey being dumb. Can we get a hashtag stupid Brucey? So I started to make a safety net to make sure nothing could get into the breeding area, but it just wasn't working since being underwater just makes building super hard. And then I got a baby dolphin, which we called Luigi. Then I used this ladder trick to add a smithy to the fishing hut to make the interior look kinda nice. And on day 196, Luigi was fully grown up, and I gave him a saddle, and then we headed down into the underground ocean, dodging all the megs guarding the entrance. And once we were in, we headed straight to where the black barrels are, and I collected as many as I could with my bare hands. And then on our way back to get out of the underground ocean, there was a plesio that started to chase me, but I didn't want any of his BS, so we got out of there as quickly as possible. And then I returned to base to make a tech replicator, but I didn't have enough crystals, so I had to go to the fish hut to get started, and then go pick up our Hanky and go get some crystal. And finally, on day 197, I have access to tech gear. Well, all that I have unlocked from fighting the bosses on Valguero, which isn't every bit of tech gear, but is enough to have some fun. So I made myself a tech chest piece, some tech leggings, and gauntlets, as that's all the armor pieces I could make, because there's all the armor pieces that I have unlocked here on Valguero. And now with having tech gear, I will need a way to feed the tech addiction, which means I need an element farm. And the best tame to do that with is some tech parasols and a highly powerful tickle chicken. So the hunt for a fairy begins, starting with a level 20, then a level 45, then I spotted a level 150 female, which I knocked out and tamed her, and I called her Karen. Now time to hunt for a male, so I can breed some OP fairies. And well, after hunting for a decent while, I found no good level males, so I'm giving up that for now, and I will have to continue that in the 1000 days video. Make sure to leave a like for that. So instead, I went on a hunt for some tech parasols where I tamed a level 66, then a level 72, then a level 102, and then at the end of the day I had these two females knocked out on the top of the white cliffs. 200 days survived in hardcore, and them two parasols have tamed. And to everyone who has watched this video all the way through so far, you are legendary. And thank you all for 20,000 subscribers. We just hit this yesterday, yesterday from this video dropping. I had to cut this in from the original script. I appreciate you all. We are 20% of the way to that 100,000 subscribers and that YouTube plaque, which is a goal of mine. And so if you have not subbed already and you watched all this way through, you definitely enjoyed the content. So hit that sub button, hit the notifications to know when I upload some banger videos, some awesome art content. We have a lot on the way. 2022 is just getting started for us, boys. Peace out for now. Next time I see you in Valguero, we'll be on the 1000 day video. Bye.